So does anybody remember that game called ICEY, which was like that sort of 2D action game and everything like that? I did a review of it, and it has like this sort of meta layer and everything. Well, one of the weird sort of side endings was like, oh, you want to try to escape my game? And the narrator was really, really weird. It's a great game, by the way. You should play it. But basically, it's like, oh, you don't want to play this game anymore? Well, how about a different one? And that small game that they had in that sort of section was actually a snippet of Shio. And I'm like, oh my god, it's actually a game, because it was hard as balls and I died a lot. So let's go ahead and check it out. Michael here, we're going to be checking it out for about 15 or so minutes to see if it's worth our impression. Let's go ahead and press any key to continue. So I tried starting it up to look for an options menu or anything like that, and I don't see it. Obviously, I hate that when a game starts up and doesn't have any sort of options or anything like that. I'd like being able to change like the resolution, stuff like that. X, I have no idea what that is. I'm trying to play with the controller, so I'm assuming it's A. Y, X, I hear music. Oh, I did something. It's late. Oh, okay, that was supposed to happen. I thought it was just like, you're done. And I was like, oh no. Okay, so I'm walking. So this is a game to where you're playing a platformer, but you have a lantern. And so basically, we have a little lantern that we're supposed to be able to use. The sun sets as it should. I kind of like the art style of this. This actually looks pretty. Wow, that's actually a sentence that you can use. X, you're late. Oh no, I'm not late. I was just napping. The sun is already setting. Here's yesterday's reward. Wait, so we were late, but we still get our liquor. I'm okay with that. Just one today. Yesterday, you. What happened to you yesterday? In all these years? That's the first time I've seen you like that. Sorry, when I drink, I like to take naps. I'm going to charge you for this one. Hey, no one ever called me kind. But you gave me free alcohol, and you're telling me not to call you kind. Also, what the hell is with his hand? What is that? I want to know. Ah, someone appeared at the top of the tower. They took a bit they look a bit strange if you ask me. This shouldn't have happened. I said my hair is oily. Do you believe me? What? No. Your hair is not oily. I have a feeling it's either like supposed to be weird or that's a poor translation, but regardless, he ain't got hair. That's fine. I think that was a joke. All right, so anyways, this is a platformer where we have a lantern. We can hit things with our lantern. That's all I know about it because that's all that was in the other game. But here's our little tutorial thing. So yeah, pretty simple. I don't think the game needs any text to describe its mechanics. Now I'm wondering where it's going to go after that. Get back to work. I'm right behind you. Don't wait. Oh, this game's going to have a meta layer too, isn't it? Oh, that's going to be great. There. So I believe that's a checkpoint, and then this is the whole mechanic. Now there were spinning death wheels inside of ICEY's version or whatever, and I'm assuming we'll get to that pretty dang quick. I could see it in the little... God dang. This is really hard to do. Apparently I screwed that up. There we go. Okay, so you actually have to be like on top of it. Okay. I got to learn the mechanics. It's been a while since I played ICEY. It's been a few months. And it's been even longer since I got that ending. So yeah, but basically this is supposed to be fairly challenging, and I'm not 100% sure why it's challenging. I don't know if it's challenging because of some hitbox issues or if it's actually like genuinely challenging. I don't know. People seem to be enjoying it so far. And I like the art style so far. I really enjoy the art style. And it starts up and it does this nice little twang and everything like that of a nice Eastern guitar. I'm going to call it a guitar. It's not actually a guitar, but there we go. Also, what is that? Am I able to talk to it? Nope, that's just saving. Okay, so the checkpoints have some different styles. I guess that was a save point. No, this one saved too. Okay, so I guess things just light up. I wonder if they're gonna like use that for story elements, stuff like that. I assume that's evil. Yep, it is evil. We can't wall jump. Don't touch walls. Walls are evil. Can we touch these walls? We can. So basically, if it's a glowing red wall, video game logic tells us that it will kill us. And I was 100% correct about that. I didn't actually mean to run into it though, but there we go. This is actually playing fairly satisfying. Here's the death wheels. The demo thing that was in ICEY had some weird hitbox issues to where if you tried to swing at something, it felt like it always missed. And it seems like they've kind of fixed that, which is kind of nice. So that's a nice little plus from that. And I actually don't know if it's like the same game. It's literally the exact same thing though. So I'm like, I actually don't know what section of the game or if that even is a section. Come, breathe deeply with me. Oh, are we like dying and then he's like, haha, still asleep? Are we like dreaming? Oh, we're drunk. That's what's going on. We're drunk. We're just downtown and we're just like jumping across the street and people are looking at us like we're crazy. And then we just say like, oh, dang. And then we just like walk back to a certain section and then try it again. I can imagine that. Okay, so I'm not getting the whole when I'm supposed to swing thing. Am I supposed to swing before I get there or am I supposed to swing when I get there? like, okay, so if I swing before I miss, am I supposed to swing when I'm on top of it? I guess so. God, that is really hard to explain. It's like right as soon as like you touch it. So it's like hitting off of your body, not actually your lantern thing. That's a little strange. Maybe that's why I felt like it didn't make much sense in the ICEY demo. Maybe it was actually just me kind of trying to figure out the game. I feel like that's strange. I feel like it should include that little whoosh thing or the lantern. I wonder if you're even like actually using the lantern to jump off of the lantern or not. That was just me being terrible at video games. So yeah, I don't know. Seems responsive though. Like when I actually push like left and right and stuff like that, it goes left and right, which is important in these types of games. I've played a lot of these smaller indie sort of platformers to where it's like you push right and then there's like a 5-second delay. Hey, where are you going? I don't know. Probably home, I assume. Maybe not. I don't know. Were we sleeping at home? Did we just not have a house? Are we just homeless? We just chill out there and we're just like, we're drunk because this guy keeps giving us free alcohol. And that's our work. Maybe our work is just to be drunk all the time. Oh my god, I missed it again. I gotta jump it perfectly. There we go. I wasn't reaching it. Oh, and now I just died from there. I do like that I'm able to like restart instantly though, and I kind of like the whole little visual effect where it like zooms us back. It's a nice way to kind of get around the whole, oh, you randomly teleported thing. Because a lot of platformers kind of have that, like, you're gonna instantly respawn, but then you don't like have 100% communication with where you're going. Also, am I like missing a mechanic somewhere? Am I able to like jump higher, or am I just not doing it right? That's something I'm not 100% clear on right now, is like, where is my hitbox on my character, and is there some sort of timing that I should be watching? I made it that one time. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Like, this just feels like I'm just not making it for whatever reason. Should I be doing this? Show, don't tell. Should I be doing that? Because that gave me a lot more height. Also, it seems like some of the lanterns give you more boost than other ones. I don't know if that's because of our trajectory. Does it have momentum mechanics? Because that would actually be fairly interesting if it had momentum mechanics. Yeah, so it seems like I'm supposed to be doing that, or whatever, the double jump on top of the same lantern. Oh my god. This is a little bit... Oh my god, I said oh my god. I haven't said that for like years. Anyways, it's a little bit infuriating when you can't do things. The baker should be... Oh, I couldn't read it in time. I was thinking, oh my god. I'm just gonna keep walking. Oh. Hey, bald guy. This tower has always been here. The tower apex has always been empty. They said the deity once sat here, snoring. Well, bye, drunk guy. I don't know why I'm sticking to that whole idea of being drunk. You know, that is just a thing. We're probably not. We're just in a world where you get free alcohol. Wow, that guy can climb stairs really freaking quickly. And now I'm walking again. Can I just, like, break that cycle and just jump? Also, there's, like, a top bar. I don't know why that is there. Ow. Oh my god, if this turns into a horror game, I'm gonna be very upset, because I was totally not prepared for that. It's very late. It's over. Uh-oh. Everything turns to ash in the end. Unless it doesn't burn. What if it doesn't burn? Then it doesn't turn to ash. Then it just like, well, I guess it would turn to dust? Things decompose, they turn into oils, they turn into plants and things, they get eaten by bacteria. Am I walking the right way? Also, I swear if we go down there, there's like demons and stuff, I'm gonna be like, yep. Saw that coming. This game's boasted that it has no combat either, so I don't think we're gonna run into a situation to where we're like, you've got a great sword, now take down the demon lord. I don't think that'll be happening. Hello, fire. Is there a point to you? I want to say we could probably use our lantern on it, but I'm pretty sure we can't because that would be dumb. Although that would be cool to like capture it in the lantern and be like, ah, your fire is mine. I don't think that's actually the mechanic though. That would be cool though. I've seen that in multiple games where like you can just like use an attack on fire and stuff like that. Or even the Blind Forest did that. Oh my god, I am failing. I feel like there may have needed to be some sort of difficulty curve before I get to this like literally having to press jump at the end of the thing. Maybe I'm just like not figuring out when to hit the lantern. I think I'm still a little bit confused on when that has to be. Also, please put me up. Oh man, it would put me all the way back there. I was like, please put me back at the platform because I didn't want to have to do the last jump again. That is one thing. I mean, that's mostly a personal preference thing. Some people like the fact that they like reset it because it's like you're trying to complete that entire challenge all through at once. And that's the whole point of the checkpoint system. But for me, sometimes it's like, all right, well, I already know I could do this beginning part, and I'm the type of person who will mess up the beginning part over and over again until I get to the actually difficult part, and then the difficult part is actually like fairly easy for me. So if I could just like skip the easy jumps, because I do like, if I try to do repetitive tasks, I'll just fail it eventually. Like it's an inevitability. It's not even like a question. It's just, it'll happen. Just because the type of person I am, I guess. I don't know. I'm not very good at doing the same exact thing over and over again. Why I like to do different things. Going this way, got another checkpoint. It looks like a computer terminal. Like, it doesn't look like it belongs. Like, it actually, even in the bottom, like, if you look on the platform, it actually has, like, it looks like it's broken in or maybe, like, overpainted or something like that. And so is this one. Doesn't look like it belongs. Oh, hey, there's broken ones. I completely missed it because I was, like, trying to fix up on this camera. Did that dead person bother you? No. Okay, so those are broken. I think. Am I just not able to use them? Oh, no, I can use them. Okay, whatever. So I'm assuming the whole story is like, now we're just in a world that's decaying. And I didn't see that fire coming. Who was she? Okay, so do we have to, like, die over and over again to get story? Because if so, man, we're going to get tons of story. Who was she? Oh, no, it's just going to say the same thing over and over again. Thanks a lot, Gabe. I was getting excited that my failures might actually lead to some progress. Does that dead person bother you? I don't know why I read it over and over again, even though if I know it says the same exact thing. I always read text over and over again. I wonder if that, like, does everyone do that? Just like they see text and like, I must read it. It must be read. That's a reading thing. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just weird. That is perfectly possible. Hello, computer terminal. You protect our progress. Why is there a computer terminal and then... whatever. I guess it's so that you don't accidentally do something stupid on the pathway. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining that they're adding in more checkpoints. I think the more checkpoints that a game like this has, the better. Also, that flame just kind of like appears out of nowhere. There we go. Oh, it resets. That's what it's doing. Okay, that's good. I like it when a game actually like resets where everything is. That way, when you respawn, it's not like inconsistent. So that's actually a good thing. I was going to complain about it because it just felt like it appeared out of nowhere, but then I realized, oh no, it's just like resetting where it's supposed to be when you died. So... I like that. That's actually it's a point of polish, and I just oversaw it as something negative. Oh my gosh! All right, hold on. I gotta focus for a minute. Can I crouch? I cannot crouch. This guy, he must stand. He's very athletic, but he cannot crouch. Maybe he has back problems. Maybe that's why we're using a lantern. Just like an old man that was drunk, got home from work, and now he's going crazy, and he just has a lantern in his hand. Maybe his name's Jax. Where have I seen her before? I don't know, supermarket? Probably. Where? How'd you get stuck here again? I don't know, I'm terrible at video games. I'm answering questions, and I don't think that I'm supposed to be answering them. I'm sure somebody will answer it eventually. I don't know why I tried to do that. I was curious if I could jump on it, but I just, like, missed it. Maybe I'm not in, like, the best mood to play platformers at the moment, because I'm not doing particularly well right now. Jump on here, and then jump on there. This is actually fairly satisfying. Like, I like the feel of it. Just a little bit strange. I'm curious how... Ooh, I got an achievement called Mania. I don't know if that will show up in the capture. Anyways. Oh, this is a barbershop. Can I go get a haircut? This guy does have some pretty long hair. Oh, it is gray, too. Maybe I was right. Maybe he is an old man. Sometimes I just want to keep failing over and over. Do you want to try, too? Well, I was reading, which made me fail. Ah, dang it. Okay, so I pushed the button there. I swear, I pushed the button. I don't know if that's like the game or if that's just my controller. Sometimes my controller screws up, so I'm just gonna blame it on the controller for the moment being, and totally not my incompetency. Whoops. Wait a moment. Figure out when I'm supposed to jump. I need to jump when the fire is going that way, and then. Okay, so the broken ones don't like launch you upwards. So that was the mechanic that was trying to teach us when we were going downwards, and I just didn't notice it right off the bat. I feel like I got it in this part, though, is where it's like, oh, that's very obvious. So I'd like that they're adding in different lantern types. So that definitely makes it so the game could have a ton of depth if you actually wanted to, like, try and do a bunch of depth. But there's nothing, like, kind of saying, at least I don't think so. If I go down here and look at this, like, this one just, like, launches us way up while those other ones didn't do that. So, like, I see a little bit of visual. Gayo just called. I'm going to... Okay. Very strange and bizarre. They also look a little bit pixelated. First little bit of pixelated graphics we've seen in the game so far. I'm just gonna assume this game becomes a horror game, or it has like a meta story or something creepy going on. So, yeah. Also, I looked on the Steam discussion page, and it was all in Chinese, I believe. I think it's Chinese, right? Oh, floor's getting hot. Yeah, we don't want to stay on hot floor. I've learned that from other video games. But yeah, basically, one of the things was about the translation. And so, basically, they're very honest that some things might be mistranslated, and they want everyone to be like, hey, if you look at it and notice a mistranslation or something like that. Also, I just noticed I can I've been jumping and then hitting X to use the lantern. You can actually just use any button on the controller and it just jumps. And then whenever you're in the air, it'll use the lantern. So you don't actually have to push a different button. Although for me, for some reason, it's mentally easier for me. It kind of like reminds me when I was trying to play Guitar Hero. It was always like, oh, well, you don't have to strum on these buttons. And like before I got good enough, I was like, no, I have to push that button, because if I don't push that button, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm not actually pushing anything, and then I'm going to think I miss it, and then I'll try to push it again. It's a weird mental thing. I don't know. I'm back. I was using the bathroom. She was that, and I can't read that. That was too quick. So yes, this has a meta sort of story thing, to where a narrator is giving you some sort of story or some sort of questions and kind of just asking you things, similar to the way it was in ICEY. And I'm not 100% sure if this is like the same guys that made it, or whether there's like one or two guys that are the same, or if it was like a same concept and they actually had like a shared idea. Maybe they knew each other. I don't know. This one's made by Coconut Games or something like that. Is she my wife? No, my wife has been dead. I need to find somewhere to rest. That is going by way too quickly. Now, if I wasn't like making a video and I wasn't so close to the screen, thanks to my recording setup, I could probably read it, but at the same time, not everyone reads fast. So you might want to adjust your timings on that one. I'm enjoying this so far, though. This is fairly elegant, I would say. And I think that's the right word to kind of use for it. Whoops. Because, like, I'm worried about the mechanics and where it ends up going, though. Because, like, I could see this mechanic getting bored very, very quickly. Especially if they don't add in, like, other lantern types or something along those lines. I had to jump so the floor didn't burn my feet. Actually, what happens if I just stay on the floor? It would be nice to have a little bit more variation in our fail animations as well. Like, that's always something I like to see in these style of games. Like, seeing different, like, fail animations, like, telling you, like, how you ended up failing and stuff like that, instead of just having you, like, randomly teleport and stuff like that. So that would be nice to see as well. So it's definitely not perfect. Yeah, we just teleport after a while. That's fine. But it's been, like, really easy to kind of read things, at least. And that's something that I can't say for every single game. But I'm enjoying it so far. It seems super simple. And that's my main concern. So that's kind of where I stand on that one. So I don't know how much depth it actually gets, but it is kind of difficult. So if you like difficult platforms, it might be worth a look. I remember seeing it in ICEY, and so that's where my first kind of impression of it comes from. It seems like, okay, so I think there is a delay to when we can push the lantern, because I was trying to do it too quickly, and it seems like if you're in the upward animation, you can't actually hit the lantern, which is a small little nook thing that I just now noticed. So if you're holding down the A button and then you try to push the X button, it doesn't work. So basically, you gotta, like, learn to tap it right afterwards. Maybe that's why it's easier for me to, like, hit the X button, because it's like I am transitioning from the A button to the X button, and there's, like, a better mental gate there. Obviously, that won't be the same for everyone. Also, the fire does just randomly appear when you get in close enough to it. I mean, I understand, like, hey, it has to be in the same position every single time, so the puzzle is the same every time, but yeah, that is a little bit lack of polish. I would like to see something. Somebody's snoring! Stars in the sky, but why has the sun not set? Is that, like, burning, or is that just, like, a setup? I kind of like the art style, though. I am liking the art style. I'm going to play a little bit longer and see if there's anything else that evolves from this. I mean, I really just want to see other mechanics or maybe secrets. Are there secrets somewhere? Can I go over here? Like, it just seems linear, and it doesn't seem like it's going to have a lot of depth, and that's what I'm worried about. Is that, you know, it might be a short experience, and that's perfectly fine. This could be all there is, and that's fine. That's not like a bad thing or anything like that, especially if you're looking for that. Sometimes having just a shorter game that's just like a little difficult platformer and stuff like that with a nice little aesthetic, that's not a bad thing. That said, though, I'm the type of person that likes a lot of depth in their platformers, and I like to see a lot of different stuff kind of going into it. And this person's snoring again. What pursues you? Clouds or I can't tell. Yeah, there is no way I could read all that text in time. Oh. Okay, so I'm supposed to jump beforehand, I think. Probably. I'm being chased by fire. I'm literally, like, inside of it. I knew it was going to kill me eventually. So I think I want to run, like, right behind it. That way I don't end up kind of just dying out of nowhere, because I have to slow down to actually get over those ones. There we go. X button. There we go. Run. Oh, now they're actually introducing ones that are flying towards us. Now we got to do this. I mean, this isn't anything I haven't seen before. I like the lantern idea. I think the lantern's kind of cool. using a lantern to jump on other lanterns, but that's just mostly an aesthetic thing. I mean, it's basically just like, you have a spring and you can only use a spring when you're doing this sort of thing. It's like, yeah, it's nothing I haven't seen before. So, there we go. And this is like, oops. This is like a time thing to where it's like, there's a shock floor, basically, and it's like, it'll shock every few seconds, and you just gotta jump in between them. I mean, yeah, it's like... That said, though, it seems polished enough. So, I don't know, and it's enjoyable if you like this sort of thing. Might be worth a look. I don't know, I'm kind of getting bored of it, though. I've gotta say, like, just... That doesn't have anything, like, drawing me in, aside from the aesthetic and maybe the meta story, but at the same time, the text was a little bit too fast for me to read. And apparently I'm trying to talk too fast as well. And so basically it's like, it lost me because basically now I don't know what it was saying. And I want to go back and see what it was saying. I wonder if there is an option somewhere. Is there actually a start menu? Oh, there is a start menu. Here's the resolution. It did go to the full screen and everything like that. So, yeah, it seems like... Nope, I don't see anything, but we can just like these settings and stuff like that. You also can't hit B to exit that. So you got to push A on the back button. I mean, that's not a complaint. That's just the thing that happens. But there you go. Most games end up having it so that you can, like, push the A button or something like that. Or B button, sorry. I am now losing my conscience and losing my brain. So I think I'm going to end this here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And this has been Michael with it, checking out. We are taking out Shio Pets. Yeah, so we're checking out Shio. It's a fun little platformer right now. I don't know. It seems fairly basic. But I don't know, it's enjoyable for what it is, I guess. If you're looking for a smaller type of experience, this might be worth a look. I don't know, it's a nice aesthetic, and I think that's the main drawing point for it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this one. You can also end up checking out my other types of stuff. If you want to end up finding more out about ICEY, which is actually a really interesting game, I really like that one, because that one had a lot of interesting mechanics in it, and the meta story was kind of very, very strange and bizarre. But this game was actually featured in it, or at least what I think was this game. I mean, it could not be this game. It could be something with like a very similar concept that just ended up being, you know, in that game as well. But I think it was, because it had the same aesthetic and everything, and it looked very gorgeous. I'm like, oh my god, is that actually like a thing? And then it's like, oh yeah, it actually is a thing. It just wasn't a thing for a very long time. Whoops, I messed that one up. It seems like every once in a while I like let go of the left button while I'm jumping, and then it doesn't like let me continue. So maybe there are some control issues, because I think I was running into that in ICEY. It doesn't seem like it's always doing it. It's like there was a patch note about getting stuck in like running animations and stuff like that, so it might have a few bugs like that, which is a little bit infuriating, especially when you have to like do the same platform section over and over again. All right, well, there's that. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave your comments below on what you think of the product as well. And did you guys end up checking out ICEY? And if you haven't found that ending, you should look for it, because I don't know. I'm trying to remember what he said during that section, because I'm wondering if it actually gave hints towards this game existing, because he's like, oh, you don't like this game? Try a different game. And then when you fail, he kind of like laughs at you and just makes fun of you. And I don't know if that actually has an ending or not, or if it's like impossible at some point, but it was this difficult. It was actually fairly challenging, and I'm curious if it's actually going to be part of this game, which that's literally my drawing point. The fact that I liked ICEY is the only reason why I actually want to like see if there's more to this, and I kind of like the idea of a meta story. I mean, it seems like we're obviously like sleeping and we're like telling ourselves a story as we're kind of like going around this sort of dreamland, I guess, because realistically, inside of a world of what man can jump off of lanterns and spring of fry, but not crouch. So yes, that is my ground sounding sort of connection there. Woo! I made a checkpoint. Oh, I just fell asleep. You weren't being lazy, were you? Okay, there we go. I guess it's kind of like making fun of us for failing a lot. I think that's what ICEY did a lot. So if you ended up keep failing, it's like, I'm gonna take a nap. Goodbye. And then just like he'd come back later and be like, ah, you finally finished the section. So yeah, and obviously here, now we're actually getting more interesting mechanics. So yay. Maybe it's just my failures. Today's work is almost complete. Whatever you do, don't look down. Otherwise, I couldn't read it. Just play it by ear. I can't hear. That's fine. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. I might go play ICEY after this. I still haven't beaten the DLC area, which is super challenging.